Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new game show here on the internet called Win the Internet. I'm your host Des O'Gorman and tonight we'll be sorting out the age-old debate of the internet contains everything. But who contains the internet? Who controls it? Who runs it? We're going to find out.
Bill Gates.
Thank you, Ash. I'm going to deduct points for you just for interrupting my introduction. I have scurried the length and breadth of my Facebook friend page, and I have found two people that I feel fully deserve the chance to win the whole of the internet. Let's me introduce them to you via my mouth hole. On this side.
I mean, Rule 34.
Yes, I love the way that you did that to camera, and then you paused for an imaginary laugh that is never going to come.
I don't know, maybe people are laughing at home right now.
I know, everybody, if you are watching this and you did find that funny, please write LOL. And if you didn't enjoy it, just write LOL in your mind and then never think about it again. To this side of me, I have an actor, a writer, a producer, the host and owner of Can You Catch the Killer? It is Kenny Boyle. Kenny, welcome to Win the Internet.
Well, thank you. It's lovely to be here.
That's excellent. And on this side of me, we have an actor, writer, magician.
My main job.
Yeah, your main job. Yeah, he has a man. He has a man. He owns a man.
I own him. Jesus Christ, Des.
I'm going to do this introduction again. It's very warm here, people.
No, this is staying in. I get edit control.
That's
this
right.
Is
I forgot that he gets to edit this. That's right. I am his man.
Whoa. I think we need to avoid the
history
of the English owning the Irish, Des. That's something we need to try and be careful to avoid.
Yeah, that's okay. You're the one that brought up Rule 34. It's Ash Pryce, everybody. So, gentlemen, I want to start off by, I want to ask you something very serious. Okay? If you were to win the internet today, what is the thing that you would add or change, Kenny?
I think if I won the internet, I'd change it so that every time someone searched for anal, it came up saying, "There's no results. Did you mean canal?"
Oh, that's good. You know what? Just for that one, Kenny, you get a bonus.
Points!
You get a point. Ash, what would you change? Would you put something in? Would you take something out? What would you do with it?
I would allow Donald Trump full access to Twitter again, but it's automatically set so it's in Spanish.
You know what? That's a double pointer right there. That's good. That's a good intro. This is how it works, people. I will be throwing out random questions, topics, everything to these gentlemen. I will be rewarding the points on behalf of you. I know, I'm nice like that. And at the end of this, one of these two gentlemen will hold and own the whole of the internet. I know, it's crazy. I mean, look at them. Would you trust either of them? No, but you're going to have to, for soon they will be the Lord and Masters of all. Round one is Gift of a Meme. I have asked our two contestants here to bring in the best example, the creme de la creme of a GIF or a GIF or a meme or a photo or anything that basically they think is the best summary of the internet. Don't tell me anything about this, Ash. I just want you... So this is what you feel is the best thing of the internet that you have found.
So, this is something I thought was really important to bring into this. It's a classic in the world of memeage.
Okay.
And it's really the meme, I think, that for a lot of people started their obsession with memery.
This is
the meme.
The meme.
This is the meme.
The meme. The meme.
The meme.
Okay. All right,
the meme.
Okay, let's have a look at said meme. Oh dear God, no. Why? No.
Can I just admit defeat at this point? Because...
No, Kenny. I think you're still in with a fighting chance because I know most of the people are going to be looking at this right now and this song is going to be stuck in their head for days. Oh. And I want you to at him for this because... Oh, a snake. Oh, it's a snake. It's badger. Oh.
It's the way it looked eternally.
I know. It's ridiculous. Okay, right. Why this?
Because this really sums up the internet. It really sums up, especially the early days of, kind of early modern days of the internet. We just got past, really, really super slow internet and things were starting to get better. was a lot more creativity out there. Flash games were really, really popular. AlbinoBlackSheep.com, really, really popular. And things like this just came out of nowhere. And it's weird, it's irreverent, it's surreal, it's bizarre. It just sums up a certain era in the history of the internet. And I think it very much gave birth to the future of memes and everything that came after it. I mean, around this time, it was this one. It was a choice between this one or the llama song, which I think is of an equal importance in the history of the internet, which, if you don't remember, of course, has the immortal lyrics of, did you ever see a llama, kiss a llama on the llama, llama's taste of llama, llama, duck.
And that's all from us here from ITN News. Please join us later. The way you ended that. You know what, Ash? Because I am a vessel for the internet-loving audience, and because you have exposed this to me again, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to give you 1 point for the nostalgia the nostalgia feels to that.
Can I add an interesting fact that revolves around the number 1? Exactly. Yep. Badgers, I believe, are the only mammal to have a bone in their penis.
You know what? For that one, right? I'm going to give you a bonus point. Okay.
Bonus.
I think Kenny,
bonus point for you for that one. That was good. But Ash, because of how horrendously annoying this song is, I'm going to take 2 points away from you just for the fact that song is going to be stuck in my head for a week and a half. So thank you for that.
Unfair.
No, it's not fair. But you know what? It's my game, my rules. So Kenny, do you feel that you'll be able to top badger, mushroom? I hate you so much right now.
Oh, it's a snake.
No. But I'm going to try.
I love your confidence. Okay, so let's have a look at what you brought in.
First of all, I want to ask, does anyone know what that is?
That is a collection of lines, like it's black lines on white. It's sort of like reverse cocaine.
Is that North Moore Street in New York? Because that looks like the intersection there.
So, Ash brought us something from the dawn of memes.
Yes.
From the beginning of the memes.
From the early days.
I have brought you something from where memes went. This is when memes become so self-referential that they become completely indecipherable and become like a completely different language. So when someone saw that, they might utter the immortal words, "Is this loss?" Now, let me tell you the history. So, way back, there was a web comic that up until a certain point was comedy. And then there was one issue that was so poorly judged about a miscarriage of all things out of the blue and so awful that everyone immediately responded with a great big WTF. People thought it was so out of the blue and so poorly done that it became famous for being terrible. Now, the first panel of this is one person, the second is 2 people, the third is 2 people again, and the third is 1 person and another person lying down. Over time, people started to make the comic loss using just lines or just objects, and thus the second stage of this meme was born. First stage, mock the comic. Second stage, make variations of the comic. Third stage, people asking, is this loss? That was the name of the comic. And now the words, is this loss, are a meme on their own. However, to understand the meme, you have to have been through 3 generations of meme. Is this loss? It is.
God damn.
What the fuck?
I know, that is...
Badger.
Ash, I will take another point off you because this...
I'm trying to raise...
Yes, I know you are, but this...
Trying to raise the dead.
No. This is amazing. This has moved me. Because this, like all good things, you said that this particular comic or issue was called Is This Loss?
No, it was just called Loss.
Just called
Just
Loss.
Loss.
Just Loss. Wow, it sounds like a really bad perfume from the 90s. Just loss, immediately followed up with regret, and then gained weight. It's... I don't know where I was going with that, right? But this is amazing. This is pointlessly stupid. This is basically... This is the evolution of a meme.
Yes.
This is the higher level of meme. That's amazing. That's incredible. It's not worth any points. It's not worth anything. But that's wow.
To be honest, actually, this does actually perfectly sum up what memes are. The idea that memes naturally progress and change over time. In fact, out of everything we've discussed so far, this is one of the best examples of what a meme is, because it's taken something and it's naturally evolved by itself along.
That's true. That's true. This is where memes go to die.
No, I think this is where memes go to live. This is...
Is this the farm outside the town where all the memes get to skip and jump and play for the rest of their days?
You know what memes are, don't you, Des?
They're like small animals, aren't they?
No.
You're thinking of Minions.
That's I am thinking of Minions.
I think it's really interesting, actually. The person who came up with the concept of memes was...
Jeffrey Mimi.
Professor Richard Dawkins, world-renowned atheist, scientist and skeptic.
Get lost.
He came up with the concept of memes in the 1970s to define and describe ideas and information that naturally evolve and develop by themselves over time. And we've now used it to describe penguins who are a bit sad.
Yep.
Yeah. And do you know what? You know how you've got these movies that are like made to be Oscar winners and no one really wants to watch them, but like they win a lot of prizes? I feel like that's what I've brought to the table here. This isn't fun, but oh my God, is it interesting?
You have brought the Oscar bait of memes.
Exactly.
And you know what? That deserves a point.
Yes!
And Ash, for that information nugget that you've dropped, that deserves a point. That's a point each. So at the end of this first round, unsurprisingly, it's a tie of 3-3. Yay! It's not like I've set this up or anything. So we're moving on to round 2, which is Rate It on Reddit. I have asked both of our contestants here to bring in the best examples of stories posted on the website Reddit. You know Reddit. It's the place where people who don't like to use Facebook go to whinge.
Isn't that Twitter?
No, I suppose that actually works.
Isn't that Instagram?
That's basically it's where people go to whinge when they don't want to go on Facebook.
Isn't that Snapchat?
Isn't that literally every other platform other than Facebook?
This first round, I have asked both of our contestants to bring in r/I don't work here lady. They have to find the best story under that r/, read it to me, and they will get points based on how funny it is, how moving it is, how well they act, and basically whether I just feel generous or not. I think for this one we will start with Kenny. Kenny, if you'd like to start with your r/I don't work here lady story.
Okay, this is... First of all, I should say I'm the wrong person for this show entirely. I didn't know what Reddit was until a few days ago when I got told I was going to be doing this. So this is from my very first time on Reddit. Yay. Here we go. Quite some time ago, my girlfriend and I moved in together. Almost immediately, we started getting calls from an establishment that does custom framing and various other art-related things. Let's call them Expo for Arts. Now it says from, it means for. People were calling them when they meant to call Expo for Arts. If we didn't recognise the number, it was always someone wanting to find out if their order was complete, or their frame was done, or what the hours were, or any of 1,000 other questions. Sorry, that's no longer the number, this is a residence. Yeah, I'm sure. No, I'm not giving you my address. No, I don't know their new number. Yes, I have a phone book. But so do you. Eventually, I got my gazillionth call and I asked the person on the other end of the line where they kept getting the number. And they said, well, it's printed on the receipt. I call Expo for Arts. Hello, Expo for Arts. You guys are giving out my home phone number on your receipts. Yeah, so? Well, stop it. At least cross it out or something. That's a pain in the ass. I'm not going to make my employees do that. So you're the manager. I'm the owner. What are you going to do? Sue me? Let's call him Fred. So I went to the store and asked for Fred. Fred's not here. He's hardly ever here, really. You want me to call him? No. I tried to phone and I couldn't get you on the number. Some guy yelled at me, I say. We've had that happen a lot. Ever since Fred decided we didn't need 2 phones. But he just bought like 20 boxes of these receipts and business cards and he's too cheap to buy any more till they run out. God, I'd hate to be the guy with a phone number on the receipts. Yeah, that must suck. Next phone number I didn't recognise calling me, I answered. Hello, Expo for Arts. Hi, this is Mary Smith. I dropped off a thing last week to be framed. Is it ready? Let me check. Yup, we finished it this morning. I hope you don't mind, but we decided to upgrade the matting because of the weight of the piece. It's the same colour and we won't be charging you for it, since it was my decision. Are you sure? Of course. And if anyone has any problem with it, you tell them Fred sent you. Now, for weeks, I keep giving out completely random information. I can only imagine the number of pissed off people who showed up to pick up orders that weren't ready, and when they finally were ready, were given a price way higher than Fred had told them on the phone. So eventually I get another call. Hello, thank you for calling Expo for Arts. This is Fred. You're not Fred! I'm Fred! Are you trying to put me out of business? Why, Fred, whatever do you mean? Someone's been giving prices to our customers and telling them their orders are in when they're not due for weeks. Well, Fred, who called your customers? Nobody. They called us. Or rather, they called you because your number's on our receipts and business cards. Well, Fred, what a pickle. Bye, Fred.
Excellent. Excellent choice, Kenny. You brought some nuanced performance to Fred and to Mary Smith. I absolutely love how you just delved into those characters.
You'd never guess I'm a classically trained actor, would you? Rehearsals are essential.
Kenny, that story was worthy of 2 points. Well done. Ash?
Yes.
You just read us your r/I don't work here lady story.
I just got home about an hour ago and remembered this subreddit existed. So I had to post this here. All right, little bit of info. I work at a retail gas station called Rhodes. You may have heard of it. You may not. And my boyfriend works at Casey's, another gas station, but in a different town. Some workers at Casey's wear red shirts. At my job, we wear red also. However, my shirt says Rhodes on it. So it should be clear, even after mistaking it at first, I don't work at Casey's. I actually used to work at Casey's, so I know the ropes around the store. Here's the story. I'm at Casey's to pick up my boyfriend, and I walk in, to say hi and ask if it's been busy. I order some cheese sticks and walk toward my car. A woman, maybe in her late 30s, asks me, what are you doing with that? Now, me being two-faced only to customers or strangers, I tell her, in a bubbly, bombastic voice, that I'm just going to my car to eat. Now, I didn't think in the world she would be asking me, a stranger. But I still try to answer her in case she may have mistaken me for someone or something. With a really rude voice, she exclaims, well, get back in there. You're supposed to be making my cheese sticks. Me, completely dumbfounded. I don't work here. My boyfriend does. He's probably working on the order now. I work at another gas station named Rhodes. As I point to my shirt, where it says my name of my job. The woman. No, I spoke to a girl. Her name was my real name. That has to be you. Now, I'd forgotten my name tag was still on, and there was just so happens to be another girl with the same name who works at Casey's, who may have answered the phone in the kitchen taking orders. I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't work here. There's another girl who works here with the same name as mine. You may have spoken to her. No, because she sounded just like you too. Same name, same voice. I honestly don't know. I don't work here. Like I said, I work at Rhodes. It's a gas station in where I live. As I point to my shirt once again more aggressively. Now after this, my social battery starts to run out after a long day of having to fake a happy voice for people buying shit and trying to make conversation with me when I have better things to worry about. Yeah, but your shirt is red, just like everyone else's here. You probably just grabbed a random red shirt and went into work like that. You probably don't wash your clothes since you smell bad too. This is, in a sense, what set me off. I recently moved into a new apartment and haven't had time to do laundry except wash the shirt she was talking about. It gets hot in my job, so I sweat constantly and end up smelling. I've told you multiple times I don't work here. Now leave me the fuck alone. The woman yelling at me as I walked my car, ignoring her. I'm gonna get you fired, you bitch! I just hold my middle finger up and lock my car doors and turn my radio up so I don't have to hear any more of her bullshit. She eventually leaves with her cheese stick. Honestly, I really get baffled at times that people are really this dumb or crazy. I'm only 19 and I ain't got time to listen to someone making assumptions or firing bullshit they know nothing about. First time I've had an encounter like this, and I hope it's the last. Changing shirts before I pick up my boyfriend from work from now on. I thought it was important to just highlight the dumb stupidity of people, especially over the past year.
Just incredible. Moving, powerful. I love the way that you went from high-pitched American voice for a person who wrote the story to lower-pitched angry American voice for a lady shouting at her. Your chameleon-like performance stretched to no end and no bounds within that, Ash. And if anything, it was just a really good story. And yeah, you know what? 3 points. That's a 3-point story right there. Well done.
I don't think I could play a 19-year-old American.
No. And remember, classically trained actor.
Yeah, I studied at a poly, so I'm not properly trained.
At the end of that round, everybody, it's tight, it's close, but Kenny, he's on 5 points, but Ash is in the lead with 6 whole points. I know. I wouldn't have seen it coming either. Ash, if you attempt that one more time, I will take points off you. You are too white to pull that off, and this is not 1989, and you are not Ali G. So we are going to move on. We are going to move on to round 3, which is the IMDb Price is Right. Yay! Everybody that grew up at a certain age remembers the game show The Price is Right. You remember Price is Right?
I remember The Price is Right.
You remember The Price is
I was
Right?
watching it very recently. Surprised Teresa, my wife, with it by showing her Jim Forsyth. That's not him. Oh my God, Jim Forsyth. Imagine an amalgamation of
That was a surprise.
of Jim Davidson and Bruce Forsyth just merged together.
So we're going to move on to the IMDb Prices Right. I have selected a year. I have selected 4 random movies from that year. And thanks to IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, I have found the audience score and the critic score. And we're going to find out, just like in The Price is Right, which is higher and which is lower. Well, I'm not going to give any of our panelists any other information apart from the poster. They have to decide where this film lands just by the poster alone. For this round, I have decided to go back to the heady year of 2004. Do you remember those days?
No.
Those good old days where you did...
16. I was 22. I was drunk a lot at 22.
Kenny, how old were you?
Don't even remember that, so I guess I was drunker.
Classically trained actor and musician. Me, I was just getting excited for watching Doctor Who. That's right, I have a wife. I'm surprised as you are. So
Musician, Des. I've owned a banjo for 10 years and I had to give it away because it got mouldy.
just goes to show the skill that you had on that thing, isn't it?
Magician. Completely different skill set. Is this your chord?
That's underappreciated.
Yeah. I want everybody to understand that we are doing this in the Banshees Labyrinth in one of the hottest days of the year, and my brain is slowly melting out my arsehole. So let's just move on with the first film.
To add to that as well, I love that before we started filming, Des said, "Now remember, keep it family friendly." And he just said his brain is melting out of his arsehole.
I thought it was appropriate that I could use that, seeing as how you have used the word bitch and you have used the word fuck and bitch. So I think it's fair game from now.
I mean, to be fair, in the edit, I can just bleep those out.
No, I don't think I will.
But I'm now going to leave in the leaky brain arse.
The leaky brain.
That's now staying in.
I don't even remember saying bitch. That's worrying.
As the guys are playing, if they are deciding where on the spectrum this movie is, they could actually decide whether this film is certified fresh or certified rotten. If they are able to correctly get this, and they can only do it once per round, then they would win a whole extra point. Ooh, I know. Craziness. I
need that point.
You may do, Kenny. You may do. This is apparently a classic from 2004. It's the film Saved.
I'm guessing this is a Christian movie in line with God Is Not Dead. Probably stars Kevin Sorbo and Dean Cain in their early attempts to sabotage their career.
No, I think there is a few. You can see some names there. I think the.
From here, it does just the lead character in the middle could be Kevin Sorbo.
It could be. I mean, the lead character in that is clearly female.
I have not got my glasses on.
Fair enough.
It is a long way away.
Yeah, you
And
vain
Kevin
son of a
Sorbo
bitch.
has luscious locks.
You vain son of a bitch on that one. I think we're going to go with Kenny on this one. Where do you think that the critic score for the film saved exclamation point? Where do you think that? You have to spell it with saved exclamation point because it has to be in there. Yeah,
I think punctuation in the title is always a warning sign.
that's a good point. Yeah.
So I'm going to say the critics were thinking 20%.
20.
Oh wait, no. Do you know what? Actually, rotten.
Oh, you're going to call
the
rotten on.
rotten
You're just
card.
going to play his rotten card. Wow. Okay. All right. Ash, do you agree with Kenny? Do you think that this film is rotten, or do you think it's a little bit higher than rotten?
I mean, I can't really use my rotten card because Kenny's just used one for this round. So I do think it's less than 20% though. I think it could be even as low as single digits, if not quite close to single digits, just because of Kevin Sorbo's involvement.
What if I told you that Kevin Sorbo has nothing to do with this?
I would call you a dirty liar.
You know what, Ash? I'm so tempted to take a point off you just for you know what? Yeah, I am. I'm going to take a point off you for calling me a dirty liar. How dare you? And, gentlemen, you're both wrong. The critic score for this is 61%.
Oh my gosh! Do you know what? That's exciting because
this is exciting,
no, because you asked Ash higher or lower, and he said lower, and then you said you're both wrong, which means that I'm wrong to be higher and he's wrong to be lower.
That's right.
What?
That's right. Nobody wins in this round.
But
Nobody
he's close to
wins.
61. Although he did play his rotten
He
card,
did play his rotten
which means
card.
he loses on that.
Yeah, which he loses.
But 61%, I think that's the highest a Kevin Sorbo film has ever got.
Kevin Sorbo has nothing to do with this film. What is your obsession with Kevin Sorbo?
I like his luscious hair and his anger on Twitter and the way Lucy Lawless frequently destroys him on there.
Is he Hercules?
He was.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
Not anymore.
You know what? I'm going to put this one up in the air for you. Audience score. Where do you think it falls for this film?
Well, I don't fucking know now because the critics loved it, and it looks like I've never even heard of this film.
Good.
So I'm guessing it's probably got a small number of audience responses, and probably from people who have heard of it, who do like Kevin Sorbo films. Who gave
Kevin
it...
Sorbo's not in this!
Is that Macaulay Culkin?
Yes! Jesus Christ, yes! The one person that you would have recognised if you had put your goddamn glasses on. Macaulay Culkin's in this film. Did you really confuse Macaulay Culkin for Kevin bloody Sorbo?
Kevin Sorbo's in the middle with the red ring around his head.
It's called a halo, Ash. Dear God.
Looks like a fish.
Kenny, where do you think the
didn't
audience...
answer.
No, you didn't, because you missed your opportunity. Kenny, where do you think the...
I think the audience loved it. There's a small number of people clicked on it and wrote a good review. I think 87% of people who watched this movie loved it because it is the best thing that Dean Cain has ever been in.
Oh, dear God. Now he's on to Dean Kim. Do you agree? So you're going with 87%?
I'm going higher than 61.
Okay. All right.
Higher than 6. Okay, you know, all this time saying Kevin Sorbo is actually Kevin McAllister.
Yeah,
That's an easy
Oh,
mistake
you know
to
what?
make.
You know what, Kenny? You deserve a point for that connection. That's a good one, that.
Oh gosh, you know, I think that maybe this is one of these things. It's like what I was saying earlier with my meme, where the critics watched it and went like, "Well, we're being paid a lot of money to say this is good," because I see no reason otherwise why they would give it a high score.
Yeah. Kenny, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is this loss?
No, but I think it did lose a lot of points from audiences. I'm going to say the audiences saw through this and gave this a really low score.
So you're saying lower than 61?
Much
Much lower, and you're saying higher.
I'm saying higher than 61.
Yeah. Well done, Ash. You've redeemed that point that I took off you. The audience gave it 78%.
I have to watch this movie.
You're going to have to now. And you were going to be so disappointed that Kevin Sorbo or Dean Cain's not in it.
That
Yeah.
is what After Effects is for. Kevin Sorbo will be in this movie.
And last film of the 2004 that we're talking about is the film Somersault. Now, it just screams pristine, doesn't it? It just screams like, this film is powerful because she's lying down, but the poster has her looking like she's just sideways.
Yeah, this is definitely more of a Kirk Cameron movie.
Do you think this is... Okay, all right.
If we're going for evangelical actors, I think this is definitely... It just has that feeling of a Kirk Cameron somersault into Jesus.
It doesn't sound comfortable for Jesus.
I can't take another point off him. Dear God, I want to, but I can't. Kenny, let's start with you on this one. Where do you think the critics score for the film Somersault? Where do you think that lands?
So I think this probably came out around Oscar season, and it was...
You think this is an Oscar bait?
I think it was an artistic tour de force with a disappointing ending that let it down.
Are you reading that anywhere on the poster?
Why would they put that on the poster?
I know.
Come and see this movie. It's a disappointing ending that will let you down.
It's like a Stephen King story. It's good up to a point, and then it's aliens, and it's all downhill from that point on.
Stephen King movies should always have on the poster, not as good as the book. Yeah. don't even
Sponsored
bother.
by Stephen King.
Leave 15 minutes before the credits.
Now, I mean, there's a bit of a giveaway in that there is a 5-star review at the top of the poster. However, it doesn't say who it's from. So if that 5-star review is from The Guardian, then the critics liked it. If it's from the Daily Mail, then they didn't.
Yeah. It's actually from The Sun.
Well, in that case...
I have no idea. I'm just everything there.
I'm going to say the critics adored this, and I'm gonna play the fresh card, but I'm also going to give you a score because that's the game. So let's say 92.
92, and you're playing fresh.
And I'm playing fresh.
Playing loose and fresh with this one. Okay, Ash, do you think it's higher or lower than 92%?
Oh, lower than 92.
Lower than 92.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Lower than 92. That's my answer, and that is what I'm sticking to.
That is the game.
Yeah, that is it.
But I just wanted to stretch this out a little bit more, see if I can get something else out of you. But you weren't playing. Well, that's okay.
I will not be twisted into your world, Des, where you and Kevin Sorbo stalk me in my dreams. It's a happy dream.
I can't take another point. No, I can't. Okay, all right. Ash, you get a point for you are right to go lower. It is at 84%.
Oh, they were robbed.
Yeah, but Kenny, you played your fresh card,
I did.
and that is technically fresh. So Kenny, you get a bonus point for that one.
Yes!
Well done. Okay, Ash, because you got that round, what do you think the audience score for this film? Where do you think it lands?
Lower. I'm going to say lower. It's got to be lower than 80-something% because audiences, I think. Yeah.
than 84%?
Yeah, I think it's like a little bit lower.
Okay. All right. And Kenny?
Oh, the audience saw right through that. It was much lower for the audience. They watched it and went, what is this? This is just wank.
Below 50.
Below 50.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that, Ash. Gentlemen, I can tell you that the audience score for this film is also at 84%. And as we know from The Price is Right, you get nothing for repair, not in this game. So, gentlemen, nobody gets points for that for that last one. But as we lead into the next round,
I love that there's loads of scribbles over my scores.
yeah, there is. Amazing that, isn't it? Play by the rules here.
I am
Fudge.
playing by the rules.
As
You
we-
keep changing them.
As we head into round 4, Ash is sitting pretty on 8 points, but Kenny has swooped into the lead with 9 whole points. As we move into round 4, the comment section, I'm going to give each of our contestants something from back in the day and their comparison, and they have to convince me on why their thing is possibly better. We'll be discussing something that has aged particularly gracefully. It's gone through like a Doctor Who regeneration feel to it. We are talking about Taz bars versus Freddo bars. Let's see, we'll start the ball with Ash. What side are you taking on?
I'm taking the side of the Taz bar.
Oh, okay.
The Taz bar has now morphed into Freddo Caramel. It has lost its prestige and its wonder because it was just too powerful of confectionery. The Taz bar was filled with caramel goodness, sugary delights and tastiness that set your tongue, even in your teenage years, into a world that it had never experienced before and would never experience again. It was draped in a wrapper emblazoned with the Tasmanian devil, a creature and a character that evokes fun and enjoyment and chaos, which is exactly what the Taz bar also evoked. When you opened a Taz bar and you saw this little Taz-shaped bit of chocolate and you bit its head off, instead of bleeding blood and awful sadness, it bled sweet caramel. The Taz bar set the bar for quality candy.
And do you think that during the time of his wedding, he chose not to write his own vows? But when it comes to Tazbars, he sounds like a politician from the 1990s trying to defend himself against against the affair that he had in the back room that was accidentally caught by a Daily Mail photographer.
Tazbars, Tazbars, Tazbars.
Okay, order! Kenny, your rebuttal and your defense of the Freddo.
I'm not going to speak anywhere near as passionately.
Thank God for that, because that, Jesus Christ, that one was dripping of caramel.
I know. And you see, the thing is, when people have to speak that passionately, it's because they're trying to hide something from you. They're trying to deceive you. I don't need to do that. Tazbar, I don't need to argue like that because I'm on the side of right. Things don't get taken over because they're more powerful. That's ridiculous. Sonic's a Nintendo character now. Why? Because Mario and Nintendo were always better.
Stay on topic, please. Stay on topic. That's right. Stay on topic.
So
He's going to be wrong there as well.
So Tazbars are now Freddo Caramel. Why? Because Freddo was always better. Tazbars had the Tasmanian Devil. Freddo has Nigel Farage. You know? Which one is a more enduring figure? Clearly Nigel Farage. And if you're going to be biting the head off something, do you want it to be a lovable Tasmanian Devil or Nigel Farage? Because I know which I want it to be. I want Nigel in my mouth.
Oh, I bet he's oily.
So, Freddos are the original. Freddos are the best. Tazbars were a fad, a poor imitation of Freddo bars, and eventually they got folded into the Freddo bar, which endures while the Taz bar has faded into obscurity, remembered only by people who had strange sexual responses to it. Case closed. Mic drop.
No. That microphone on. Gentlemen, you've brought forward some good points, and I can't believe I'm sorry, Ash. I've got to give it to Nigel Farage. You had some good points, but no offense, mate, your delivery was shocking.
What have I done?
I know.
You just,
What have you
just
done?
gave the win to Nigel Farage.
I have.
Oh, no.
You know?
Kenny Boyle, I want Nigel in my mouth.
That's right, yeah. Ash Pryce, with his weird placing, hand gestures, and the dripping of caramel.
I think we'll agree I at least win on moral ground.
You do win on moral grounds, but unfortunately moral grounds get you no points. Ash is catching up on 9 points, but Kenny is still in the lead with 10 points. Wow. I know. So, round 5 is odd one out, or ooh, because everybody loves a good odd one out, and that's basically what the internet consists of. So, I will be showing each of our guys a series of photos or words, and I am going to ask them which is the odd one out, and more importantly, why is it the odd one out? And I want to stress that the reason why this particular thing or person or item is the odd one out is by what I say, not by what they think is correct. Okay, I want to stress that right now. Okay, right. So we're going to start with Ash. Ash, this is yours. We have risen, earns, rinse, and siren. Which is the odd one out, and why?
Okay, which is the odd one out and why? Can we have a clue?
Yeah, it's right in front of you.
Earns because the others are anagrams? Earns because the others are anagrams?
Well done, Ash. Yes, it is earns because the other ones are anagrams of each other. Oh. There you go. It really is as simple as that, Ash. Well done. You should be proud of yourself. That sounded so patronizing, didn't it? I am so sorry, Ash. Actually, no, seriously, well done.
Yay.
And Kenny, yours is... That's right, we're going cultural on your ass here. We've got Romeo and Juliet, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Twelfth Night, and The Taming of the Shrew. Which is the odd one out, and why?
Okay, so Romeo and Juliet is a romance. Midsummer Night's Dream is also a romance and a comedy. The Taming of the Shrew is a comedy. Twelfth Night's comedy. Romeo and Juliet is a drama. The rest are comedies.
Well done, Kenny. That's right. Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy, or as we now just call it, one particularly sad episode of Black Mirror. Yes, Ash.
The fuck has this got to do with the internet?
I'll tell you exactly what that has to do with the internet. William Shakespeare is all over the place. He does have his own Wikipedia page, and most of those things now have been recorded and released online. So, get it up here.
I mean, some of these rounds are only very tenuously linked to the internet, but that round was only tenuously linked to tenuous links.
I think Shakespeare tweeted me once. That's what he said he
Shakespeare
was.
tweeted you once.
Yeah. He said, good performance. I really liked what you did with my script. It was real. It was real.
That's all right. You know what, Ash, I am trying my hardest with this, and some of the things on the internet is vast and strong, and you don't want to see some of the things that are on my Google search history. So I'm going to do these rounds, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out of the building. You can bleep that out, future Ash, who's editing this. As we head into round 6, Ash
I'm
is
going to
on...
Photoshop a dick onto his
As we head into the next round, as we head into the final round, Ash is catching up on 10 points, but Kenny is still in the lead with 11 points as we head into round 6, in which I will give each of our contestants the chance to choose from 4 different subjects, and I will read them out a statement, but with something within that statement is incorrect. It's up to them to hear what I have said and immediately point out what it is that is wrong. The only proviso being is that they must start their answer with the term, I think you'll find, and if they don't do that, well, they don't get anything. So I'm going to start with Ash on this one. Ash, will you choose a question from movies and TV, music, the internet, or science?
Let's keep it on topic and have at least one of these rounds related to the topic. So we'll go with the internet.
Thank you, Ash. And thank you for clearly pointing out that I tried my hardest with this one, but apparently it's still not good enough for some people.
I ran a game show for 10 years.
Yeah, you did. And look where you are now. That was so bad. I'm so sorry, dude.
Oh, I'm going to have so much fun editing this.
Yeah, you are. I am going to look so much like a dick. The internet has become a very big thing around the world, and people can...
Has it?
Yes, it has. And people can use the internet and...
It's all checking out so
Yeah,
far.
so far so good, isn't it? I'm going to try that again. If you could wait till at least I get to the end of the question before you heckle me, that'd be great. The internet has become a very big thing around the world, and people can use the internet on their tablets, their phones, and their computers. But people could... Oh, yes, hello.
On all of those devices.
Sorry, Ash, you didn't say, I think you'll find, so you won't get the point for that one. That was the thing that was wrong with it. No, it wasn't. I'm going to try that again.
Third time lucky.
Yeah, third time lucky, yeah. The internet has become a very big thing around the world, and people can use the internet on their tablets, their phones, and their computers. But people can also use their walking sticks, umbrellas, shirts, water bottles, cutlery, toilets, salt and pepper grinders, flip-flop pillows, and egg timers to log online.
Sorry, I stopped listening.
Kenny, you want to give
I think I find they can't use their shirts.
No, yeah, people can actually log online using their shirts.
I'm glad that was even an option.
Yeah, there we go. Ash, if you do you want to...
Flip-flops. I think you'll find flip-flops can't be used to access the internet.
No, flip-flops actually can, yeah. The thing that was wrong with that is the salt and pepper grinders. Actually, it's salt and pepper shakers,
Oh,
not
right.
grinders. I know, huge
Oh, yeah.
difference, but that's the name of the game on that one.
Yeah, that really commonly known fact that you cannot access the internet
That's right.
on a salt and pepper grinder.
That's right. Yeah. Maybe next time listen to everything that I'm saying. Ash.
I don't think it would help.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Kenny, do you wish to choose from science, music, or movies and television?
Movies and television.
Movies and television. In The Wizard of Oz, after their visit to the Emerald City, Dorothy and her friends travel through Munchkin Land to get to the castle of the Wicked Witch of the West. Their journey through a forest was armed with a net, a bug spray, and a gun.
I think you'll find... Oh, I mean, it seems too obvious. I think you'll find they didn't have a net.
They actually did have a net. Yeah. Ash, you want to take a stab on this one?
I think you'll find they didn't have a gun.
No, they actually did. The Tin Man, if you look at that scene, he does actually carry a gun. Yeah.
So bug spray.
Yep. No. The incorrect part of that question was that they didn't travel through Munchkin Land. They travelled through Winky Land. That's the bit that was incorrect. I know.
Oh my God.
You've really got to pay attention in this game. As we come to the end of Wins the Internet, the scores could not have been closer. But with a score of 11. Ash comes in second as Kenny wins the internet with a score of 12 points, which means that Kenny, you now own everything. You now own this show. Are you happy with how the internet is going?
I'm never happy.
Well, there we go. Join us next time to see if Kenny can maintain his reign of terror upon the internet, or if Ash can swoop victory and see if he can win the internet. Thank you, everybody, and good night.